Power is not something given to you. It is not something you must seek in the outside world. It is something you already possess, something that has always been within you, waiting for you to recognize it. The only reason you may not feel it right now is because at some point you were conditioned to forget. Think back when you were a child, before the world told you who to be, before the expectations, the opinions, and the fears of others clouded your vision. You didn't question your worth. You didn't hesitate to express yourself. You didn't need validation to know you were important. You simply existed as you were, fully and unapologetically. That was your natural state, poor, powerful, unshaken by the weight of the world. But somewhere along the way, you learned to doubt yourself. Maybe it was a moment of rejection, or words spoken carelessly, or a series of experiences that made you believe you were less than you truly are. It happened for a reason, and the reason is this. The minute you get a hint for your power, you're absolutely unacceptable because that power is undeniable. Maybe you were taught to play small, to be agreeable, to put the needs of others before your own, as if your desires and dreams were secondary. And so you adapted, you molded yourself into what the world expected of you. You gave away your power without even realizing it. But here's the truth. Power is never truly lost. It is only buried beneath layers of conditioning, beneath our beliefs that were never yours to begin with. And now it is time to take it back. To reclaim your power, you must first recognize where you have been giving it away. Do you find yourself seeking approval before making a decision? Do you hesitate to speak your truth because you fear judgment? Do you shrink in the presence of others, believing they are somehow more deserving of space than you? Every time you dim your light to make others comfort, every time you silence your voice out of fear, every time you tell yourself you are not ready, not worthy, not enough, you are handing your power over. But the moment you truly decide that you no longer betray yourself for the comfort of others, something shifts. The energy you have been scattering outwards begins to return to you. Now take a breath. Feel the energy pulling back, reclaiming its place within you. Your power is in your choices. Every time you say no to something that does not serve you, you reclaim your power. Every time you set a boundary and hold it, you reclaim your power. Every time you choose to believe in yourself despite the doubts whispering in your mind, you reclaim your power. This is not about control. It is not about dominance. It is about standing fully in your truth, unwavering in the face of uncertainty. It is about knowing that you do not need external validation to be whole. When you reclaim your power, you stop waiting. You stop waiting for the perfect moments. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for the world to recognize you before you recognize yourself. Because the moment you choose yourself, the moment you decide that you are enough just as you are, you become unstoppable. Now close your eyes. Breathe in deeply. With every inhale, feel your energy rising. With every exhale, release the weight of all limitations. This is your power. It has always been yours, and no one can take it from you unless you allow it. The past is a story, a collection of moments, decisions, and experiences that have shaped the way you see yourself and the world around you. But what if the story you've been carrying is no longer true? What if the identity you built from those past experiences is the very thing keeping you from stepping in your power? Most people live their lives trapped in a loop, repeating old emotions, reliving past wounds, and responding to life through the lens of who they used to be. They mistake memory of identity. They believe that because something happened to them, it must define them. But the past is not a life sentence. It is not a chain that binds you. It's only a reference point. And you have a power to decide how much influence it holds over you. Close your eyes for a moment and think about a version of yourself that you have outgrown. Maybe it's the version of you that was afraid to speak up, the version that accepted less than she deserved, the version that believed she had to earn love, prove her worth, or scream to fit into spaces that were never meant for her. That version of you existed for a reason. She was doing the best we could with the knowledge, tones and beliefs you had at the time. But she is not who you are now. She does not have to dictate your future. The only reason the past still holds the power over you is because you continue to engage with it. Every time you replay an old wound, every time you identify with an old limitation, every time you tell yourself the same disempowering story, you reinforce the past as your present reality. But what happens if you decide to let it go? Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean pretending it didn't happen. It means making the conscious choice to no longer carry the emotional weight of what was. It means deciding right now that you are more than your past experiences. Your brain is wired to seek familiarity. It will try to pull you back into old emotions, old thoughts, old patterns, because that is what feels safe. But you are not here to live in the past. You are here to create something new. Imagine for a moment that you are holding a heavy bag filled with everything that you no longer serve you. Old regrets, old disappointments, painful memories, versions of yourself that you have no long outgrown. Feel the weight of it. Feel how exhausting it is to carry it everywhere you go. Now visualize yourself setting it down, releasing it, not because you are ignoring it, but because you no longer need it to define you. Breathe. The space that was once filled with old wounds is now open for something greater. New beliefs, new possibilities, a new identity that aligns with the person you are becoming. You do not owe your past an explanation. You do not have to justify your growth to anyone, not even to yourself. The only thing that matters is the decision you make in this moment. Will you continue to live through the lens of who you were, or will you break free and step into limitless potential of who you are becoming? The choice is yours. Everything in your life, your emotions, your thoughts, your experiences is energy. The way you feel when you wake up in the morning, the way you interact with others, the way you respond to challenges, is all the presence of the energy you are either consciously directing or unconsciously reacting to. Most people go through life unaware of energy they are putting out. They allow external circumstances to dictate their internal state. If something good happens, they feel good. If something disappointing happens, they feel low. They are in a constant cycle to reacting rather than creating. But the queen does not react to life. She commands it. She doesn't allow external circumstances to determine her internal state. She chooses how she will feel, how she will think, and how she will move through the world. And as a result, the world bends to meet her. Now take a deep breath. Feel the energy moving within you. You are not just a body. You are not just a mind. You are a field of energy vibrating at a specific frequency. You are a field of energy vibrating at a specific frequency. And that frequency determines what you attract, what you experience, and how others respond to you. Think about the last time you walked into the room and felt someone's presence before they even spoke. Maybe it was a person whose confidence radiated effortlessly. Maybe it was someone who carried heaviness, and without them saying a word, you could feel it. This is energy, it is real, and whether you are aware of it or not, you are always broadcasting a signal. So ask yourself, what energy am I putting out into the world? Are you moving through life with confidence, certainty, and authority? Or are you unconsciously allowing fear, doubt, and insecurity to dictate your presence? When you command your energy, you no longer move from a place of reaction. You no longer let external circumstances throw you off balance. Instead, you become intentional. You decide how you want to feel, and you generate that feeling within yourself before the world gives you a reason to. Imagine walking into a space with the energy of your absolutely certainty, not outgrounds, but deep, grounded confidence. Imagine your presence alone shifting the atmosphere. This is not something you force, it is something you embody. And embodiment starts with awareness. Stop paying attention to the energy you are carrying throughout the day. Notice when your body tenses. Notice when your own thoughts spiral into old patterns. Notice when you begin to dim your own light to match the energy of those around you. The moment you become aware, You reclaim your ability to shift it. Now take a deep breath and visualize the energy you want to radiate. See it as a golden light expanding from within you, strong, unwavering. This is your natural state, powerful, magnetic, undeniable. You don't need permission to take up space. You don't need validation to own your presence. The moment you decide to command your energy, the world around you responds accordingly. True leadership is not about control, status, or force. It is not about proving your worth to others or seeking validation through power. Real leadership, the kind that transforms lives and commands respect, comes from a place of love and strength. A queen doesn't lead with fear. She doesn't manipulate, overpower, or seek dominance. She leads with unwavering confidence, rooted in a deep understanding that real power comes from within. Her strength is not in how loudly she speaks, but in the certainty of her presence. Her love is not in empty words, but in the way she carries herself, the way she uplifts others, the way she refuses to let fear dictate her path. Love and strength are not opposites. In fact, they are two sides of the same coin. Love without strength can become passive, allowing others to take advantage of your kindness. Strength without love can become riches, pushing people away instead of inspiring them. But when the two are in balance, you become unstoppable. Leading with love means choosing to operate from a place of compassion rather than insecurity. It means knowing your worth so deeply that you don't feel threatened by the success of others. You don't need to prove yourself because you already know who you are. Leading with strength means setting boundaries with confidence and clarity. It means standing firm in your values, refusing to shrink and showing up fully, no matter who is watching. Strength is not about aggression or force. It is about the quiet, unshakable certainty that you are in control of your own destiny. Take a moment to reflect on how you show up in your own life. Do you lead from love and strength? Or do you find yourself swinging between the two? Do you give too much without standing your ground? Do you stand your ground but close yourself off from connection? Leading with love and strength starts with leading yourself first. You cannot expect others to respect your boundaries if you do not respect them yourself. You cannot expect the world to recognize your worth if you are still doubting it internally. You cannot uplift others if you are constantly training yourself to please them. So ask yourself, how would I move if I fully embraced my own power? How would I speak if I no longer sought approval? How would I love if I knew I could never be abandoned, never be rejected, never be anything less than whole? When you lead with love, you uplift not just yourself, but everyone around you. You inspire others to step into their power, not by telling them what to do, but showing them what is possible. When you lead with strength, you refuse to let the past dictate your future. You walk forward with confidence, knowing that you are worthy of the life you desire. Not because someone else says so, but because you decided to be true. There is no need to force, no need to prove. You don't beg for respect, you embodying it. You don't demand love, you radiate it. You don't seek power. You are power. You are not here to play small. You are not here to live in the shadows of doubt, fear, or past limitations. You are here to rise, to reclaim your power, to shift your identity into the highest version of yourself, to break free from the past that no longer serves you, to command your energy with certainty, to lead with love and strength. A queen doesn't wait for permission to step into her greatness. She decides, and in that decision, everything begins to align. The world will respond to the energy you bring. Opportunities will open when you stop hesitating. People will respect you when you set the standard. Life will reflect the worth you claim for yourself. So stand tall, move with intention, speak with clarity, love with depth, hold your power with grace. Because you are a queen, and this is a time to act like one.